This cold, bleak land of ice and snow is Greenland, an island long isolated from the world. It lies between North America and Europe, so close to the top of the world that almost all of its land surface lies within the Arctic Circle. Here in this northern land, there are summers of continuous daylight and winters when the sun never rises or faintly glows on the horizon. The interior of Greenland is a barren waste, a great block of snow and ice that in places is 2 miles thick. This ice cap covers nearly 85% of the world's largest island. Only a narrow fringe of land remains between the ice and the sea. Here, steep mountains of granite rock form a barrier that holds back the vast ice cap. The ice pushes through gaps and form glaciers that grind their way down to the sea. The glaciers carve the fjords of Greenland's rugged coast and fill the coastal waters with great blocks of ice. Many of these icebergs float southward to become hazards in the shipping lanes of the North Atlantic. But this northern land is not all ice and barren rock. The brief summer season brings unexpected beauty to the cold land. In sheltered valleys, Arctic flowers spring up to brighten the landscape. Meadows are carpeted with the shaggy heads of polar wool. For many centuries, nomadic Eskimo peoples from the west migrated along the coastal fringe. And as early as the 10th century, bold Norsemen came to settle Greenland shores. Today, the Greenlanders are a mixture of Eskimo and European ancestry, a hardy people adjusted to the rigors of a harsh land. The Greenlanders live in small communities between the mountains and the sea, under the protection of the Danish flag. For many years, tall radio towers were their only dependable link with Denmark and the outside world. But World War II suddenly awakened interest in this remote land, and Greenland became an important military base and weather station. Today, Greenland is a key outpost in the defense of the free world. With the growth of intercontinental air transportation, this island has become the center of the short polar routes that link the major cities of Europe and North America. Greenland's people are newly educated to the ways of modern life. In the past, the Greenlander was a solitary hunter. Gliding silently over the Arctic waters in his skin kayak, he hunted the seal and walrus that provided his whole existence: food, clothing, light, and heat. This self-sufficient pattern of life ended in the 1920s. The sea had become warmer. This change forced the seal and walrus northward. The warmer waters attracted vast schools of fish, and the hunter became a fisherman. Today, the throbbing engines of fishing boats have replaced the silent kayak, and Greenland's waters have become one of the great fishing grounds of the Atlantic. Under Danish leadership, fishing stations have been established as centers of a growing industry. Now the Greenlander uses new tools and new methods to provide for his family. He fishes for the cod, the world's most important food fish. No longer a solitary hunter, he now works with others to handle the great catches of fish. The fish are prepared for shipment to world markets, for the cod does not directly supply the Greenlanders' needs as the seal and walrus once did. Frozen fish fillets and dried cod are two valuable exports. In return for the products from the sea, the Greenlander receives money to buy the necessities of life. The money economy has brought a new way of living to the Greenlanders. Once a solitary nomadic people, they now live in small permanent communities. Most of the communities are scattered along the southwest coast, the most accessible portion of this icebound land. Gotthåb is Greenland's capital and largest colony. Here in this treeless country, the houses are made of wood imported from northern Europe. In half a century, these people have left a primitive culture to pattern their ways after the life of modern Denmark. Their homes are furnished with sofas, chairs, pictures, and electric lights. They wear clothing made of cotton and wool rather than skin and fur. And their day-to-day life becomes increasingly European as contact with the modern world continues. Long a colony of Denmark, Greenland became an actual part of the Danish Kingdom in 1953. Greenlanders and representatives of the Crown meet together to solve the problems of this distant portion of Denmark. Elected by popular vote, the National Council administers to the needs of a changing society. Schools are provided to educate Greenland's youth. And after school, children take part in worldwide youth programs. Girl Scouts practice the same scouting activities as the girls of other lands. European games have been introduced and are popular recreation. The church has played a leading role in the development of the new Greenland, and church services are an important part of community life. Hospitals are vital to the strong health program. Long isolation has left the people susceptible to many infectious diseases of the outside world. Tuberculosis is controlled in modern sanitariums. The community store is the symbol of Greenland's new economy. No longer self-sufficient, the Greenlander must purchase all the things he has learned to use. All these goods must be imported to this unproductive land. A continuous flow of food is needed for the growing population. And building materials are required for new construction. Some coal is mined in Greenland, but additional supplies are brought from Europe. Coal is loaded into trucks and carried to distribution points throughout the community. Here, housewives secure fuel to heat their homes and cook their food. Water supply is a major problem. In this frozen land, where water pipes would freeze and break, tank trucks are used to distribute water for household use. Agriculture is limited by shallow soil and a short growing season, but some food crops are grown in hothouses, and the southern meadows support a growing sheep industry. Old ways are not forgotten. Some families live in sod houses, reminders of Greenland's past. The hunter and his kayak are still a part of Greenland's life. And women and girls wear the colorful traditional costume on special holidays and Sundays. Young women are especially proud of their gay bead collars and of their decorated skin boots. The faces of the Greenlanders reflect the strength and serenity of a people who have learned to live in a stern land. They also reveal the new ways of a people emerging from long isolation to take their place in the modern world.